Azores. In terms of the timing, so we're looking at Wednesday for Puerto Rico, we're looking at Friday for Cuba, and then we're looking at Sunday as it makes its way towards Florida. Let me make something incredibly clear. Let me just directly say this to the camera. This is a very different storm than Harvey. Harvey turned out to be all about the rain. I mean, if you looked at some of the destruction when it happened to make landfall, there was clearly a wind component to it. But everything that you saw in Houston was freshwater flooding. This will not be a freshwater flooding storm worse than any normal hurricane. It's going to move through in 24 to 36 hours.
Hard. We've got lots of wind everywhere, lots of broken trees. Actually, a tree that fell onto our neighbor's on his roof.
Not as bad as some of the others around. They have a lot more water damage than us. We're still watching this river come in. Unfortunately, not for the families next door, but for our sake, we were all.
In restless dreams, I walked up.
Seems like I'm not the only one who connected the key that went viral. I'm finding out the art world here in Florence is talking about an artifact found in Florida. Here's what I know so far. In 1481, Medici turns up with the keys and had Renaissance painter Pietro Perugino put them in his famous painting, The Delivery of the Keys to St. Peter, now hanging in the Sistine Chapel. KB found this exact key shown here after Hurricane Charlie in 04. It's not uncommon for hurricanes to wash ashore artifacts. Secretly, he had his key authenticated to 40 AD. The value was described simply as priceless. Hurricane Irma must have washed up the other keys shown that Caleb just found. Fresco painters love to put little Easter eggs in their paintings. See here, a self-portrait of the painter Pietro Perugino. This is one of the Medicis holding a dagger. But here's something really interesting. The architect's square and architect's compass. Put them together and you get the Freemason symbol. It seems like the Freemasons, the church, the oligarchs, the elitists, everyone was involved in the conspiracy to control the people in the New World. But it gets even better. I'm learning it's the inscriptions on the keys that are even more valuable than the keys itself.
Well, I'll tell you a story of whiskey and mystics and men, da-da-da, and about the believers and how the whole thing began, da-da-da. First there were women and children obeying the moon, da-da-da. Then daylight brought wisdom.
Señor muy poderoso, me mantuvieron cautivo los indios Calusa. Durante 17 años he visto muchas cosas. Las cabezas de los hombres sacrificados en los postes, los veros sedientos de sangre de los conquistadores, la búsqueda de una llave. La llave causó mucha muerte.
just finished interviewing Caleb Westbrook, a teen who discovered the secrets I've been trying to uncover for years now.
Your pilot speaking.
He did it
It's my pleasure
in a few days.
Welcome you to Southwest Florida International Airport. The local time is 3:30, and the temperature outside, a hot, humid 90 degrees. Enjoy your stay.
Ezekiel.
Dude, this is definitely going viral.
Hey!
Okay, now listen. The river rats are crazy and they wrestle gators, pythons, and sharks. People fly in from all over the world and pay them the big bucks to experience firsthand what it's like. Okay, but don't let them fool you. KB has his master's in 16th century history and is an expert on Renaissance art. And he knows all about what happened on Mount Key. Hey, Zach!
Hey, Kate. Hey, is that the viral guy?
Yeah, we're here to talk to KB.
Well, he's in the shop.
Is this the collector key you have?
So fascinating, the Mount
Okay,
Key
set the
Chronicles.
cameras.
Cameras
are all set.
True story film, huh? True story.
4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to Rough Cut Q&A. I'm your host, Paul Lodato, sitting down here in studio, Evan Johnston, the writer and director of his latest film, The Mount Key Chronicles, The Oligarchy Conspiracy. My first question about this film is, what do the Medici and the Keys have to do with the conspiracy?
So the keys were often compared to the Fountain of Youth or the Holy Grail, where they were thought to have supernatural power, but in reality didn't. Ponce was commissioned by the Medici to take the keys to the New World and establish their dominance using the keys. He tried to establish a fort off the coast of Bonita Springs.
Evan, how do we know this is actually historically accurate?
Well, based on the memoirs of Hernando de Escalante Fontaneda. He was a young boy who was shipwrecked and enslaved on Mount Key.
So the river rats, Evan, these guys actually wrestle alligators?
Yeah, they take adrenaline junkies who come over all around the world and take them out on excursions into the South Florida swamp.
They literally fly in?
They fly in from all over the world.
To Southwest Florida.
It's crazy.
That's some economic development for you. But anyways, you can't pay me to do that, but how did you discover the incredible true story?
So when Caleb found the key and the video went viral, I knew there was a story to tell there.
Evan, referring back to one of your earlier comments, you had mentioned that the Medici was thought to hold keys of spiritual power. Expound on that.
Yes, and I would say the Medici were mistaken. See, in the natural, a key holder has the power the authority to lock and unlock a door. but the key has to be the exact specifications of the lock. See, in the spiritual, the keys represent authority. And if we trust in God's authority then and live our lives in the exact specifications of heaven, then we will be free from worries, anxieties, and the pressures of this world.
Man, that is so good for all of us that are watching. That's awesome. All right, Evan. Well, Sotheby's can't even put a value on these keys.
I know, they're priceless.
If an auction house can't do it, my God. Well, anyways, my last question is this. Where are they? Where are the keys? Hey, man, I'm so glad you made it. You be safe out there now. It's so important what you're doing.
And that gospel group telling you and me.
In the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but I must have used the wrong car. Headed in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. I've been running, trying to hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time. Just need a little brain salad surgery. I got to cure my insecurity. That I've been in the wrong place, but it must have been the right time. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song.